Hi, my name is Nikhil. Right, I'm working in the logistics and transportation department. Right, and I had been basically researching for the PR for almost 3 years now, and I was very skeptical to apply it as I did not find the right consultant, or they were asking for a very huge amount upfront. Firstly, so those upfront charges was something that was bothering me. And later on, I found Mr. Halim right through his ads. I felt from the first conversation that I've had with him that he was someone like basically a person who like spoke based on data. So that was something more than enough, right? So he didn't speak on basically any other terms, and because of that constant confidence that he had in his own process, right, and the data that he basically spoke about, and about him not charging an upfront amount for filing it, right, which eased the fear out of me. And his approach landed me the PR as well in 8 months in 2024, and I moved on to Canada as well, right? So thank you, Halim. Firstly, I am very grateful to you and your basically help that you have done for me. Thanks a lot.
The candidate you saw is 38 years of age, has an MBA in marketing, works as a logistics and transportation manager. His CRS score was 442 points. When the candidate contacted us in August 2023, he had already completed his IELTS and WES evaluation but had not filed for the PR, as the candidate was not confident about investing in a consultancy after conducting over 3 years of personal research. Let me now show you how we helped this candidate. After reviewing his resume and validating the same with our AI tools, we identified that the most appropriate NOC code matching his profile is 70020, which is Managers in Transportation. We then began the evaluation process and explored several provinces including Saskatchewan and Ontario. Let's go through them one by one. On my screen, you can see the SINP dashboard. I have already calculated the candidate's points and he is scoring 68 points. Now, let us update the NOC code, which is 70020. Fantastic. So SINP has conducted a total of 30 draws for this occupation code, which is quite promising. But now let us check if the draw scores and the candidate score is matching or not. Alright, as you can see, most draws post 2021 have required scores above 70 points. Since this candidate only scores 68, this is not a reliable option, and expecting an invitation through SINP would be unrealistic. Next, we evaluated Ontario PNP. On my screen, you can see Ontario PNP's dashboard. Let us now update the NOC code, which is 70020. Great. As we can see, 4 draws were conducted for managers in transportation. But unfortunately, the last draw for this occupation was in 2022, and the CRS score range in those draws is higher than the candidate score, which is 442 points. Hence, Ontario PNP is also not a reliable path. And then finally, we considered the express entry pathway, which also included a dedicated stream for transport occupations only. The dashboard you see on my screen is for the express entry pathway. Let us now update the NOC code, which is 70020. This is great. This changes everything. When the candidate contacted us in August of 2023, 2 draws had already been conducted in this category with CRS cutoff scores of 425 points and 435 points, both lower than the CRS score of 442 points, which the candidate was achieving. Additionally, updates from the Canadian government indicated that the transport occupations category would remain active for a while, so hence we capitalized on this insight and applied immediately. And in just 7 months, in the month of March 2024, the candidate received his PR. Now, although the candidate had a strong profile, applying through the wrong pathway would have cost him the entire opportunity. Now, this is where our data-driven approach plays a critical role. by analyzing historical draws and identifying the most realistic and strategic pathway for the Canadian PR.